$300, that's all it cost. A faint buzz, a tank, 3 soldiers standing too close. 1 dead, 6 wounded, and a Hezbollah drone, built from a 3D printer and a spool of cable, vanishing into the Lebanese sky. Israel spent decades and billions building the world's most feared air defense. Hezbollah just made it look like a joke. Three soldiers standing beside a tank heard a faint buzz. By the time they located the source, it was too late. The drone hit. 1 soldier died. 6 were wounded. The whole thing cost Hezbollah around $300. That exchange is now playing out repeatedly across southern Lebanon, where Hezbollah has built a drone program that Israel's multi-billion-dollar military machine has yet to answer. The drones are fibre-optic, not radio-controlled. That single detail changes everything. Electronic jamming, the standard countermeasure against drone attacks, does not work on them. Operators guide the explosives through live video feeds via cables stretching several kilometers, detonating on impact. Israel's Iron Dome cannot catch them. In some cases, soldiers have resorted to shooting at them with personal weapons. Each drone costs between $300 and $400 to manufacture, built using 3D printing and commercially available components. The program accelerated out of necessity. Hezbollah's own source explained why.
The development is viewed as part of efforts to overcome supply challenges following the disruption of the Syrian supply route after the fall of Bashar al-Assad in late 2024.
Cut off from its traditional supply lines, the group turned inward. Workshops across Lebanon now assemble the drones locally. Hezbollah studied the technology's battlefield performance in Ukraine, where fibre-optic FPV systems first appeared in late 2024 and adapted accordingly. Rob Lee, Senior Fellow at the Foreign Policy Research Institute, explained why countering them remains so difficult.
Fibre-optic cable FPVs can't be jammed with electronic warfare, and it is more difficult to detect them.
The drones have killed a bulldozer operator, bypassed the trophy defense system on Merkava tanks, and struck Israeli positions with growing regularity. Israel has assigned a senior officer specifically to find solutions. So far, soldiers are still looking at the sky and pointing their rifles at it. Retired Lebanese Brigadier General Munir Shehadeh offered the clearest summation of what Hezbollah is actually trying to accomplish.
The goal in guerrilla warfare is not a quick victory, but rather the gradual attrition of the enemy.
Hezbollah's media wing recently released drone footage intercut with imagery of a golden eagle hunting, titled "We Will Hunt You Down." It was not subtle. It was not meant to be. Israel has spent decades and billions of dollars building one of the most sophisticated air defense architectures in the world. Hezbollah found the gap in it, spooled some fibre-optic cable, and for $300 is making that architecture look very expensive indeed. A surface-to-air missile streaked towards an Israeli drone over southern Lebanon on May 12th, the latest sign that a ceasefire in name is doing little to quiet the guns on the ground. The Israeli military said the missile failed to hit its target, and no damage or injuries were reported. Shortly after, the Israeli Air Force struck a suspect seen fleeing the launch site on a motorcycle. It was not the only incident that day. The IDF said Hezbollah also launched several explosive drones at Israeli troops operating in southern Lebanon. The Air Force shot down what it described as additional apparent Hezbollah drones in the same area.
A short time ago, as part of an Air Force assistance operation for the combat forces in southern Lebanon, a failed launch attempt of a small ground-to-air missile was carried out toward an aircraft. In an additional incident earlier today, The terrorist organization Hezbollah launched several explosive drones toward IDF forces operating in southern Lebanon. There are no injuries to our forces.
The flare-up came as Hezbollah's leader took to the airwaves with a pointed message ahead of a third round of Lebanon-Israel talks scheduled in Washington later this week. In a written statement broadcast on the group's Al-Manar television channel, Naim Qassem said his group's weapons were off the table entirely and that no outside party had any say in the matter.
Nobody outside Lebanon has anything to do with the weapons, the resistance. This is an internal Lebanese matter and not part of negotiations with the enemy.
Qassem addressed the statement directly to Hezbollah fighters, and his tone left little room for ambiguity about the group's intentions on the ground.
We will not surrender, and we will continue to defend Lebanon and its people, however long it takes and however great the sacrifices. We will not abandon the battlefield, and we will turn it into hell for Israel.
The remarks land at a delicate moment. A ceasefire is nominally in place, yet drone exchanges and airstrikes have continued with little pause. Washington is pressing both sides toward a negotiated arrangement, while Hezbollah is signaling, publicly and loudly, that its military posture is not up for discussion. Whether Beirut's negotiators can square that position with what Israel and the United States are demanding in the coming days remains the central question hanging over Thursday's talks. Plastic helmets, stuffed uniforms, and a drawn face where a soldier's should be. Images circulating on social media show Israeli forces in southern Lebanon deploying mannequins dressed in full military gear, propped in positions where real soldiers would otherwise sit. The tactic, intended to draw and waste Hezbollah drone strikes, tells its own story about where things stand on the ground. It is the kind of improvisation that emerges not from confidence, but from necessity. Troops operating inside Lebanon have described a drone threat they cannot reliably stop, against which the army has yet to field a consistent answer. One reservist master sergeant, identified only as H, on his 6th deployment since October 7th, put it plainly.
We have no clear answer to this threat, except to run to a shelter, hide and pray. We are facing open skies.
The fibre-optic drones Hezbollah is using are guided by cable rather than radio signal, making electronic jamming useless against them. They are nearly silent on approach. Soldiers say they can barely hear them coming. With no issued solution, troops have turned to fishing nets, not supplied by the army, but bought with money raised through Instagram posts by company sergeants appealing to the Israeli public. The nets do not stop a drone. They push the point of impact just far enough that a soldier might survive with wounds rather than not survive at all. 3 soldiers were wounded in one such strike near Shlomi. Throughout the campaign in Lebanon, more than 100 soldiers have been wounded by explosive drones. Close to 20 have been killed, including Aiden Fuchs, Liam Ben Hamo, and Shefa Amr, resident Amer Hujirat.
As soldiers, we do not understand how the IDF can reach the capabilities of intercepting outside the atmosphere. But against AliExpress explosive drones, the army does not provide an answer. Soldiers are losing limbs in the best case, and their lives in the worst case.
The IDF said it is taking the threat seriously, conducting accelerated trials of new technologies and distributing protective equipment to combat forces. A brigadier general has been appointed specifically to oversee the low-altitude drone threat. The mannequins for now remain part of the answer. How effective, only time will tell.